Hey, welcome to Cooking with Maria. Today we're going to be making fresh spaghetti. I may do fettuccine, we'll see. I might do half and half. But so we're going to get started. I know a lot of people like to use semolina flour. I tried it. I think it's gross. I use good old-fashioned all-purpose. I buy the organic flour from Costco. But any all-purpose flour will work fine. So as a general rule, I do 1 cup of flour and 2 eggs. But since I'm making it for the whole family today, I am going to triple the recipe, and I'm going to do 3 cups of flour, ooh, making a mess, and 6 eggs. So you got to take, you could probably use your hands, I like to use this, and you're going to make it into like a little volcano, a little hole right in the middle, and you got to make sure that it's big enough for your 6 eggs, because otherwise you're going to get it spilled over and it's going to make a mess. See, this is my little volcano. We're good with that. So let's get our 6 eggs out. These are my blue eggs from Costco. I love them. I don't know if they're any better. They're probably not. My dad's convinced that they dye the eggs blue. 3, 4. He said growing up on the farm in Italy, he's never seen blue eggs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. Let's put this away. These are the Heritage Fresh. Let's crack our 6 eggs. 1. Chuck it in. 2. 3. 4. Oops, I got an egg. 5. And 6. Now, I know you can do this by hand, but I've tried it when we first made pasta, and it just doesn't, it's too thick, and God bless whoever's able to do it, but I highly suggest that you get one of these pasta machines. They have them on Amazon. The brand is Yashi. I'm not getting paid from them, although they could send me some money, but Yashi, and it's $28 now on sale on Amazon. Highly recommend it, but any brand of pasta maker will do. Let me get my fork. So you're gonna crack the eggs in here, and then you're just gonna start to beat the eggs, make them like you're doing scrambled eggs. And then some people like to salt the flour. I was told you never salt pasta, which I think you should, but I was told that's a big no-no. So I don't do it. And then the olive oil, I was told never. So we just stick with the old flour and eggs. Okay, so now that we have the scrambled eggs in the middle, you're gonna slowly start incorporating the flour. Just slowly, and you don't wanna break this volcano, this little barrier, because then you're gonna have eggs all over your counter. It's gonna be a disaster. So just slowly until it forms a dough. You'll see when it starts to turn. And this is like super, super simple recipe. I mean, what do? 1 cup of flour and 2 eggs. I mean, that would make a portion for 1 person. Perfect. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it gets messy, because to keep the pasta nice and from sticking, you gotta keep adding flour to your work surface, but it'll be worth it in the end, right? Okay, you see how it's all coming together now? I'll just zoom in.
I'm behind the scenes.
Put that in. All right, let's zoom in. Can you come up so you're zooming into here? All right, see it's starting to slow down now and it's starting to get less goopy. All right. Okay, it's starting to come together. Still do not break that wall down, because we'll still have a big mess if we do that. So just get it from the edges all around. And we've made fettuccine Alfredo with this, right, Christina?
Yeah.
Isn't that one of your favorites?
Yeah.
Fettuccine with shrimp and Alfredo sauce. It's delicious.
The shrimp inside the
So
pasta.
I honestly like fettuccine better, a little bit of a thicker noodle. So I think that's what we're gonna do today.
I thought you were going to use sauce.
I am. We're gonna just do the fettuccine. It's just a thick. So spaghetti is a very thin one. Fettuccine is a little bit
Oh,
thicker.
I thought the fettuccine was with that fettuccine sauce.
No, fettuccine Alfredo. Then you could just do fettuccine with marinara sauce. So we're just gonna do the fettuccine is just the thickness of the pasta. So I think we'll do it a little bit thicker today. But I mean, if you have this machine, you could choose to do spaghetti on the smaller one or fettuccine on the larger one. Or you could actually make, on this one, the flat one, you make just the shell, and you can make your own lasagna shells with the same recipe. You can make raviolis, which is a lot of fun. All with the same simple flour and egg recipe.
You made raviolis with that?
Mm-hmm, I made them before.
You did?
Yep. You just roll out the sheet, and then you put the raviolis, the ricotta filling, in a line, and you flip it over, and you just kind of, I don't know, I'll show you another time. I'll do that. Okay. All right, now we got a nice goopy mess. Let's start putting all that flour in there. Now you can start breaking that wall down, because we're good. All right, and what I like to do, because when we first made this pasta, we got our hands in there. It was all over. So I'm gonna use one of these. Any kind of scraper will be fine. And I like to just start getting all that in and incorporating it in, flipping it over. Because if you get your hands in there right now, you're gonna be, half the meal is gonna be on your fingers. So just push it in. All right, push, push. Okay. And just keep pressing down. Eventually you'll form a dough that's not as sticky. See, like even I just touched it and no bueno. All right, I think I should be brave enough to do it yet. All right, let me get my hands full of flour now. And this is when the mess begins. Need lots of flour on my hands, and I'm just gonna make this dough come together. Try not to really get if you feel it's still sticky, don't get your hands in there. Just tread lightly. Okay, all right, it's feeling good. It's feeling drier. It's still wet on the inside, so you wanna make sure that you get the flour, keep flipping it, because you don't want it to be wet inside, otherwise everything will stick. And it's kind of cool to be able to whip something up that you know the ingredients that's in it and it's nice and fresh. Just a fun thing to make with the kids. I mean, even the kids could get in here and do it. See, it's still wet. Let's get that flour out.
It only took 8 minutes.
Yeah, so simple. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, where's my thingy there? I'm gonna form this back into a ball, or sheet, I guess. I'm gonna roll it up, and I'm just gonna start kneading it. And you probably wanna knead this for a good 10 minutes. You want a nice, smooth ball. And you gotta have a stance like you're, you can see, but you gotta take all your body weight and you're like, kind of like on the side, and you wanna really push. So you're pushing the palms of your hands into the dough, like this. Folding it back in, and you're pushing. And right now, you're like, oh my God, this is a mess. It's never gonna happen, right? But eventually, you start seeing a nice smooth dough. And it's not as sticky after that. Okay, I've been eating this for about 10 minutes now. And as you see, it's a nice, soft, consistent ball of dough. See that? So since it's like a serving for at least 3 people, I'm gonna try to cut it in thirds. I don't know if I'm gonna be exact, but it just will be easier to work with. And I'm gonna form it into a ball. Just like kind of how I did my bagels, if you watch that video. Form it into a little ball, and they have to rest because the gluten structure gets like really tough the more you work with this. You want to make it rest for a little bit. Oh, goodness. Okay, so you have 3 bowls. People use saran wrap. I'm sure you could just use a bowl and cover it, but I have the saran wrap. I guess I'll use it. Go. Okay, I'll let that one sit. And I have my pot of sauce in the back. Never forget these things. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. There's number 2. And number 3. All right, I'll get it let it rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. We'll be back. All right, we're back and the pasta sat for 30 minutes. So, yeah, it feels nice and soft. Put those to the side. Okay, we're gonna flour. This is where we're gonna start using a lot of flour and it makes a mess, but it'll be worth it. Okay, take your flour. Take your pasta dough. Let's put it closer to me. Okay, you're gonna pat it down. And you're gonna make sure everything's well floured, especially your, what do you call this thing? I don't know. All right.
Rolling pin.
A rolling pin, thank you. This is when my brain starts to shut down for the day. All right, so when you're rolling it out, you're gonna roll it like this. Then it's important to flip it this way and roll it like this. So, and if you feel the dough start to kick back, it means that it needs to sit more. So this one, it feels good, but it kind of feels like it could rest a little bit more. So we might just give it a rest and start with the next one a little bit. Okay. See, it's still pretty thick. Gotta keep rolling. Okay.
Is it?
All right, I'll keep rolling. All right. And just try to kind of keep it consistent as you're rolling it. And just keep flipping. So like I know people can get it really thin, but I mean, I just don't see how you can get it so thin that it's really edible. Unless of course you use the double O flour, which I might try next time. That's like just a thinner flour. Okay. All right, this is about the thickness that you want to put it in the pasta machine. But you can't, oops, I made a little hole. You can't put it in like this because it's too big. I'm gonna keep rolling. Okay, press stop, Christina. Okay, so we have it to, I don't know, about this consistency. If you can get it thinner, more power to you. You probably, if you let it sit and rest for a little bit, you probably could. This is fine. So you're gonna make sure, again, that it's well floured, because if it's not, it's gonna stick to the pasta machine. So let's give it a good flour on each side. There you go, should be perfect. And then I'm going to cut it in half so that it can get into our pasta machine. I'm actually gonna trim it just a little bit so it's even. Put that to the side. Little dog's named Cannoli. He's over here waiting for some food. All right, let's see if this will go in. I might have to cut it shorter. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, there's Mr. Cannoli. You just have to feed it, get it feeding through the machine. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to get it through, but once it gets going, you see all the pasta coming out the bottom. If I had a third hand, I would be catching it, but it is what it is. All right, once it's halfway, you can fold it over. Look at that, beautiful. Now, if you start to see holes in the pasta, it means that you don't have enough flour. So I see a few holes in mine, but it's not terrible. Okay. What do you think? That nice or what? All right, we can't put it in like that, so I'm gonna cut it. Let's see, how big do we want the pasta? And like I said, I'm gonna do a fettuccine. Okay, like that. I'm gonna cut it about the same size. Okay, layer it on top. There we go. Another one. There we go. Oh, look at that, I found a little eggshell.
Ew.
At least I found it before you ate it.
How did I get in there?
I use eggs. What are you gonna do?
Page 431.
Okay. All right, let's put these to the side. They should be okay. They have flour on them. All right, we are gonna put them. I have to change this. You wanna move the camera over? We're gonna do the fettuccine. All right. Thin enough now that it should go right through. And look at that. Is that beautiful or what? Now you can lap it over. Actually, let's lap it this way. Lap it this way. Catch your hand in it just so you can see how beautiful it is. Check this out. Is that beautiful or what? It's okay. All right, this is our first batch of fresh fettuccine. And I always see people making it into like little egg shape. So let's be like them and make a little egg shape. Next. There we go. Flap it over. And there we go. Fresh fettuccine for dinner. We'll do the little egg shape there. You know, I would make spaghetti just to show you, but I just prefer a little bit thicker of a noodle. All right, working on the next set now. Really need a third hand. Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot. It's stuck on the thing.
Yeah, it's okay. So you could make lasagna noodles with this. Like I said, raviolis. But we are making fettuccine. There we go. Try to get it the same size. Guess it doesn't matter, but. All right, now we're gonna put it through the fettuccine maker. Right in it goes. It's so easy. Ta-da! All right, next up. See, at the ends it broke a little bit. That's what you don't want to cut off. It doesn't really matter, but that just means that there wasn't enough flour in that spot. So.
You can see cannoli under the chair.
He's just waiting for that pasta. It's like, man, you name me cannoli, you're not gonna feed me Italian food?
He's looking at you.
All right, flip it over. There we go. Go, another one. All right, so we have a few more of these to go, and I will come back when it is all cooked and ready to eat. All right, I just took it out, boiled for 3 to 4 minutes. I'm straining it in the scolapasta on the strainer. All right, and it goes. All right, we finally got our fettuccine plated up, and I'm gonna give it a go. Gotta put the pecorino romano. Okay. Can't have pasta without cheese, right?
Ew.
My daughter doesn't like cheese. I don't know where she comes from. All right. Oh, poor cannoli. Should we give the puppy some? What do you think? This is good. You think we should give cannoli some spaghetti? Some fettuccine. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.